Good morning, fuckboys! Just going to attempt to draw a picture of Aughra from the dark crystal because her name represents one of the first secondary vowels I've identified here at Wombatistan. Aughra, 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 Aughra. She needs a talisman here. Yeah. Fuck yeah, how perfect's that? She's got like a talisman with a fucking crescent moon. Fuck yeah, cunt. Fuck yeah. Aughra. How sweet. Aughra. 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 Now I'll draw a picture of Mr. Snuffleupagus because he's an uffer. Snuffleupagus. Snuffleupagus. Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. He has some big eyes like that. He has a long nose that sort of tapers. And he's got a very horrible looking formation where it's obviously a human standing in it for this part, and then there is possibly somebody else in the ascent to take care of the hind legs. There's his tail. He had long eyelashes as well. Oh, and his tongue kind of poking out like that. So this is Aughra-Snuffleupagus. Aughra-Snuffleupagus. This is the first secondary vowel identification process at Wombatistan. But Aughra is pretty much says it all. Her name is spelled like this. Snuffleupagus. How's his name spelled? Well, his name is very confusing because I believe some people just spell it with a Snuffleupagus, not Snuffleupagus. It's a Snuffleupagus. So who spelt it with a P? There you go. There's your fucking PF complex right there. Mr. Snuffleupagus was a fuggus, not a puggus. But he had the shortened name of Snuffy. So it was very fluffy with a F for farty, not party. There's your R sound. Mr. Snuffleupagus is pretty much carrying the core ending sound of the R. Snuff, like umbrella. Aughra, the secondary vowel. But Snuffleupagus, I'm just bringing him here to highlight the A part. The first part of the vowel is this O. And that is a combo of O or oo. O. It's a blended version of those sorts of sounds. Aughra. This here is a vowel, a secondary vowel set that is recognized within a name like Aughra. The consonants here are irrelevant. This letter R could be a letter L, Ola. It could be a letter V, Ova. So this could be Aughra, Ola, Ova. It can also be a B, Oba. It can also be a P, Opa. It can also be an F, Ofa. I believe at some point it can even be a D. In general, one of the root consonants, if I had to put a consonant in the middle of here, it's generally a R direction, but this in itself is a secondary vowel. This is a vowel pattern that's common to my place. This O sound. Oh. Which way am I supposed to go? Stems from the exercise such as Borat. And this is why the B sounds like an M. It's these guys here, possibly the T as well. I'm not going to go there, but I am starting to see the possibility of the ut being recognized as a letter. Don't go there, Arch. There's your Aughra. So for me, it's as though this OU, I need another letter that symbolizes OU as an in-between those two, or where it's saying, I'm both of these guys. I'm both of them. I'm in the middle of both. This is where I would have to travel to other languages who have identified that OU combination, O, as a letter. Languages that have already identified that as a unit. I'm related to them. It happens in English. First thing I think of is generally any sort of word using this type of spelling, except for laughter, which should have been lochter, but yeah, sorry. The TER ends up becoming an R sound here for me. So we got, let's say, daughter. Daughter. We pronounce a lot there. Daughter, slaughter. This is again towards the direction of Scotland. There's O-R. And yes, other accents where they sort of have this asphyxiation and they tend to cut off. The first letter tends to get dropped and the accent becomes heavier from the vowel, start of the vowel. Daughter, door. So yeah, that's when they drop that T. Door. The reason why this B and M is getting perceived this way, that way, is connected to recognition happening at this secondary vowel level. But in the meanwhile, there's Mr. Snuffleupagus. If you grew up the way I grew up, you didn't hear this as a P. It was an F. It's important to conceptually recognize this as a core level of vowel. It's secondary because conceptually, according to other people's methodologies of breaking up sounds, these are all separate units. But it's important to keep an ear out for this. As you can hear, there's the O-R, do-ah, and then there's softened versions of it, oh, and there'll be different levels of this whatever so-called consonant sitting around this part of the sound unit that is functioning as a vowel augmenter to some degree. But yeah, I just identified another one. Can be a W as well. All of these different distinctions of consonants in spelling convention in this part of that sound wave, it's just irrelevant. It needs to be of a low priority. The core part is this O sound. That is a primary vowel pattern. So this aura, it's like a navigational directional thing. Here lies human who was writing and decided to chop up and represent their sounds with these sorts of symbols, steka, taka, taka, taka. And this isn't the only way to represent sounds, because I'm coming from a conceptual awareness of this agglutinative type of approach to stringing thoughts together, which are stemming from roots, where to communicate different states of past tenses and ownerships and stuff, it's taken care of by the upper gup of aphaguses that follow the initial snuffle or snuff. This is like a primary vowel flow. Is any blending combination of that kind of or even straight out travels towards this A. This is a primary pattern. There's going to be other directions where this O sound goes and it sounds wrong because that pattern doesn't exist in my language. This aura finishes off with Mr. Snuffleupagus. So it's a Snuffleupagus, not Pugus. But his name's spelt with a P, yet we heard it with an F. I come from here. My language comes from My language comes from So if your language has that kind of sound as a feature, that's gonna register as home for me. It indicates your mob and my mob have crossed paths, or we have traversed across similar terrain to end up with this sort of a pattern. Alright, let's have some fun. We'll try to spell Mr. Snuffleupagus' name in Turkish, eh? Fugus. This is Snuffleupagus. This is a Snuffleupagus. Yeah, your trouble with intonation is right here. Now what am I doing here? Wollongong. Wollongong. Wooloo mooloo. Now what am I doing here? Snuffleupagus. 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 That's my challenge there. Where the fuck do you put the bloody stress? And you know what the really embarrassing part is? I already know there are languages out there that take care of shit like that. Yes, I look forward to learning more, because it means your language is critical, this whole rhythm stuff, and that means we're related. Hi, I'm over here trying to find my way back home. Where the fuck are ya? Manço! Get used to it!